Greetings, everyone, and welcome to episode 54 of Teaching Tales, the podcast totally devoted to sharing stories from the world of education. I am Brent Coley, your host, an elementary principal in beautiful Southern California, currently beautiful and rainy and cold Southern California, though I do need to mention that it's cold in Southern California standards, Southern California terms. It's like high 40s, low 50s. So my apologies for anyone who is living in truly cold and listening in a truly cold part of the country or part of the world. My apologies. So I'm just going to move on. But hey, this is a little different episode. If you have listened before, you know that typically I have a guest, another educator, another teacher, another administrator, someone in the field of education, and we swap stories on a particular theme. Today, this is a special episode because I'm flying solo. I had something happen last night that I'm not waiting for this for another episode. I just want to share this with the world right now. So I'm flying solo because I know the host of this podcast. And I said, hey, Brent, can we do this solo? And he said, Brent, you need to go for it. So we're going for it. So let me share what happened last night. Hopefully it will encourage and inspire you. A little background before I share that story, though. Back when I was in the classroom, I taught 4th and 5th grade for many years. Toward the end of my time in the classroom, I was teaching 5th grade. I created what I called math review videos. This was before there were iPads. I had an Interwrite tablet. I don't know if anyone listening out there had one of those. It basically looked like an iPad, but it didn't have a screen. It just looked like a blank piece of lined paper, and I would take a stylus-type pen and write on that piece of paper type screen, and it would connect with the computer, and you could record and narrate a video. Very similar to the screencasting apps that are available on an iPad now. So I would use my Interwrite tablet and I would create math review videos based on the subjects and the concepts we were teaching in class. So, for example, converting decimals to percentages, or finding the least common denominator, or adding and subtracting fractions. I would make short videos that I would then post on my classroom website at mrcoley.com that students could then watch if they got stuck on a problem during their homework that night, or if somebody was absent, they could then go onto the website and watch the video to kind of make up the instruction that they missed. So I put those on my website, and then I would put those on my YouTube channel so that kids could access them from there as well. So fast forward to last night. Last night, I pull out my iPad to check my email. I open my email app and I see a message from YouTube saying that I have received a new comment on one of my YouTube videos. So I'm like, that's interesting. I wonder what it was. I pull up the comment, and it happened to be a comment on one of my math review videos. Now let me pause and basically just say a math review video that I posted nearly a decade ago. Something that I put 8, 9, 10 years ago. I just got a comment on that video. And here's what the comment said. It was a comment on a video on rounding fractions. And here's what it said. I'm really grateful for this video because I was really bad at this at school. And I would cry every single day because I thought I was the dumbest person in the whole world. Not even my teachers could explain it to me. But even if they did, I wouldn't get it. But your vid helped so much, and now I can think I'm smart again. Now, let that sink in for just a second. When I read this comment, especially that last sentence, but your vid helped so much, and now I can think I'm smart again. I had two reactions. The first one, it broke my heart that we have a young student, a young man who is struggling with a math concept, and it made him feel that he wasn't smart. It breaks my heart. But then I immediately thought and turned to the second reaction, which was, oh my goodness, I am so thankful that this video that I put up there has helped this kiddo feel smart again. He's always been smart, but this helped him feel smart. And I want to just clarify, me recording and sharing this story, this is not about, hey, Brent, good for you, look what you did. Quite the opposite, actually. I'm sharing this story because I want to emphasize, and I think this perfectly illustrates the power of sharing. I posted this video and my other math review videos on my website and YouTube for my students, for the 32 students in my classroom. Yet nearly 10 years later, I get a comment from a boy I've never met. I do not even know his name. More than likely, I never will meet him. But nearly a decade later, he watched a video that I posted on YouTube. And for him, for this day, it changed his world. In his words, I'm smart again. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening to this, the purpose of this episode, share what you have because the world needs it. There may be somebody like this young man who is right now on YouTube struggling with a math concept. There may be a teacher out there who is in need of the encouragement that you possess, that quote that you found in a book. If you're on Twitter, tweet that out. If you've got a video that you've created, throw it up on YouTube, because while your goal may be to meet the needs of your students or your staff or whoever your main audience is, you may have something happen like this, or somebody who you weren't even intended to see it or to hear it or to read it may find it, and it may change his or her life. The power of sharing is something I am incredibly passionate about. And I encourage you, if you're listening to this, share what you have. Do not sit on what you have. Don't think, what I have isn't worthy of sharing, because that's just not true. You never know who is looking for what you possess. Whether it's on Twitter, Pinterest, the Teacher's Lounge, doesn't matter where you share, as long as you share. Thanks everyone for listening. I hope you got something out of this. It was a pleasure sharing it with you. Thank you for listening. If you haven't already done so, remember you can subscribe in iTunes, Google Play. We are also in Spotify. You can also listen directly on my website, brentcoley.com. Thanks you so much for listening, and until next time, have a good one.